All right, questions for Coach Beard?
Obviously, it was a tight game, came down to the very end. What did you like about your team's effort to pull out the victory?
Yeah, I think first of all, that was it felt like a Big 12 game, SEC game. I haven't coached an SEC game yet, but I spent I think 17 years in the Big 12, and I thought it was two teams really playing hard tonight. It was a physical game. Both teams got to the free throw line. Wasn't the prettiest of games, but you guys will see a lot of those type games in the Big 12. I think from our point of view, our defense was on point tonight to hold a team that talented to, 34, 35% shooting. We had a big time emphasis on guarding the three-point line tonight. That's really kind of what we hung our hat on. Offensively, we got the four guys in double figures. We could have easily got that fifth guy, so that's kind of the way we play. I thought it was two teams just really going at it. I think it was kind of a game of runs. Certainly from our point of view, with about 6 or 7 minutes left in the game, we thought we were getting out toughed a little bit, which doesn't happen a lot. We're not going to win every game. Sometimes we run out of time, but we don't like to be out toughed. And I thought that those guys were going right at us. They were getting to the free throw line. I thought it's a hard game to officiate, but those guys are the best in college basketball. I think from our point of view, I think we got grittier down the stretch. We took the ball to the basket, and we got some key stops when we needed them.
What is it? You kind of mentioned that stretch when you guys may have been out tough. What does it say about your team that you guys were able to pull through that, especially without making field goals for a good chunk of that second half?
Yeah, hopefully we can fall back on that because the season's going to have a lot of highs and lows, and you got to stay the course. And every 40-minute game, especially these SEC Big 12 type games, it's kind of a microcosm of the whole season. Like in that 40 minutes, man, there's going to be some times where you're playing well. Can you handle success? There's going to be some times where just things aren't going your way. Can you stay poised? And I thought we did. I thought it was literally one of those games where the team that probably had the ball, last, had a chance to win. Fortunately for us, we were up 3, and so we were able to foul and put the game in a free throw shooter's hands.
There were a couple of plays that shifted the momentum in UCF's favor. How did you focus your team back down and take the lead?
Well, the first thing is we just had great respect for the opponent. Coach has been doing this a long time. I told him today before the game when we shook hands, I've studied his team for a long time. And his teams always have an identity offensively and defensively. And obviously they got great talent on this year's team. Like all of us in college basketball, we're all trying to figure it out. Everybody's kind of got a new team for the most part. And I predict that'll be a good team. That team will be competitive in the Big 12 and have a chance to win some games in the league, no doubt. From our point of view, though, we just tried to stay the course. We had a lot of respect for the opponent. We knew they were going to throw some punches. We knew there was going to be some times where we were going to have to just kind of dig in, and I thought that's exactly what we did.
You spent a lot of time in the Big 12 through the years, Texas Tech and Texas. What will conference play be like for UCF going into the league next month?
Well, again, in a lot of ways, it'll be like the night. You're going to see a lot of teams come in here that are going to play extremely hard. There's going to be great players on the floor every night, and so I thought, tonight was a night where both teams get to the free throw line over 20, 25 times. That's what it felt like to me. And victory is going to favor the most aggressive team in the SEC and in the Big 12 and in BCS basketball. And tonight, I think that's probably a pretty good game for the fans to go to because you had two teams playing super aggressive. That it just came down to maybe we made a couple more plays than they did.
What's going through your mind on the final play of the game? UCF steals the ball. Then, shot gets blocked, and they don't get the second shot off in time. Like, what's going through your mind?
Yeah, it's definitely disappointed in our execution of our late game press breaker. Some of that's on me. From my point of view as a coach, first thing I'm thinking is, does the right guy have the ball? Are the right guys trying to get open? So I felt comfortable. I also wanted to save those timeouts because I thought we might need one late. And so a couple of them are just, poor plays. We'll just have to get back and study that and get better at it. But then give them credit. It wasn't just like we were out there kind of folding. Their defense got very aggressive late game. We knew that. This team, Central Florida's had some good comebacks. They've used that press late in the game in several of their games so far this season. So believe it or not, even though it didn't look like it, we were prepared for that moment. We just didn't execute it, and that starts with me.
You've got the Bob Knight script on your pullover. I know you spent a lot of time with him at Texas Tech. Maybe you probably asked this question a few weeks back, but what did Bob Knight mean to you?
Yeah, it meant everything to me. Second to my own father. He made a bigger impact on my life, him and Pat. Gave me a chance when I was a junior college coach years ago when when others wouldn't. It's like getting a PhD and coaching every day. Just a great family, and I'm really proud to be associated with Coach, and I always will be.
You mentioned UCF kind of in the second half. It seemed like they pressed up the intensity there. How do you tell your team to match that intensity and that toughness that you were talking about, how they were toughing you out in that second half?
Yeah, our timeouts, there wasn't a lot of scheming going on. We were literally just having conversations, exactly what you said. Like, guys, we're getting a punch from a really good, well-coached team here. I thought we got in the middle of the second half, we were just settling for too many jump shots. Defensively, our help wasn't there. It's a really hard team to guard one-on-one. They will be all year long. They got really dynamic players. So our game plan tonight was to have a help defense. We did a lot of good things, but certainly there were some possessions we'd like to have come back to us.
You're 9-0 now. You're still a work in progress, as you mentioned with the team. How do you evaluate your team game by game, where they're still learning each other, but you're finding ways to win, but yet there's room for improvement?
Yeah, we spend a lot of time evaluating, every day in our process. It's not just the games. We try to get better in practice every day. We try to get better in the individual part of playing for Ole Miss, and we're just trying to trend in the right direction. And so certainly, to win these 9 games to start the season, I think is a credit to our guys. I do think we're a team that, it's going to have to demand some respect. We've won a lot of games. I don't know how many undefeated teams there are, but I'm assuming not many left, and there's just not a lot of narrative on our team right now. And I think our guys are using that, and so they're using that. I think we do appear to be kind of a team that has a little bit of a chip on our shoulder right now, so that's good.
Any more questions for Coach?
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks,
Good luck the rest of the season.